Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. In today's rapidly evolving world, the significance of nurturing young boys into responsible and productive members of society cannot be overstated. As we strive for an inclusive and equitable society, it becomes essential to address the unique challenges that boys face while shaping their identities and destinies. The Boys in Ties initiative stands as a beacon of hope and a catalyst for positive change, endeavoring to empower young boys to become compassionate, resilient, and accomplished individuals who contribute meaningfully to their communities. It is our pleasure to engage with Ms. Infatari Hanley, the founder and director of the program. Good morning, Infatari, and welcome to Good Morning SKN. It's our pleasure having you on today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Happy you could join us this morning, Miss
I love the
Hanley.
smile. I love the smile. So let's dive right into it. Let's talk
Thank
about
you.
the inspiration for launching such an initiative.
Well, the Boys in Ties program was launched last year, July on the 24th. And this initiative came about while I was in college, actually doing my studies. During break, I thought that, hey, when I get back to Nevis and stkitts, of course, I want to actually create a program that could actually help young people. I myself am a product of many social groups and programs. So I thought in my spare time, let me create something that would have a positive impact. And I said, let me deal with the boys first.
I like that. And congratulations on your first year anniversary.
But
Thank you. It's actually second. Thank you.
Second. Oh, okay. Congrats.
Lovely. Congrats indeed. But Miss Hanley, and the name Boys in Tie, how did you came up with this name? What's the story behind the name?
I often tell people that you rest in my spirit. Well, last year, while I was actually going through the different aspects of the program, I thought that I needed a name that would just be catching and mean something. And while I was there actually going through the different phases of the program, it just hit on my spirit. It was like Boys in Ties.
Yes.
Because what a tie represents is dominance, wealth, authority, and of course, just the appearance of a well-made suit or dressed up. So I said, Boys in Ties.
Oh, nice. I like
certainly
that.
agree. Listen, when you put on your clothes, you look good, but once you put a tie to it, you become so standout. Just look at me.
Yes.
I agree.
So I see. I might assume, well, what I'm seeing here, is this just a summer program or this is a program that runs through the year? And if it was a summer program, what was the objective of it?
Okay, well, I launched it as a summer program last year, but actually we're in the process of making it a non-profit organization. So instead of just having one event in a given year, we could actually start raising funds so that we could contribute to the different schools and the different boys in the community who are in need of school supplies and different gifts for them to actually be productive in society. So as of now, last year it was a summer program. This year the same, but as I said, we are actually in the works of making it a non-profit organization. The aim and objective of Boys in Ties is to expose, engage, and educate young boys in various disciplines, and it caters to boys from the ages of 11 to 19. It's this year and last year, it was met by a week of activities and seminars, and then following it's 2 weeks work placement. So in the first week, we had tie training, we had dining etiquette, we had budgeting, we also had a seminar catered towards Stroke for Success, how you appear yourself when you're going to work. We had good work ethics, we had a community affair, we had a crime prevention day. So the whole idea is just to have a spectrum of things that the young men can actually lean into to kind of change their behavior and perspective on life, and actually what to expect when they go out into the world at large.
Oh, I like that.
Wonderfully said. And how has the experience been so far for you, Miss Hanley?
fulfilling. I would say it's very fulfilling. I actually last year when I at the close of the program, I felt overwhelmed to see, because when the boys came in on the program and at the end to see how they transformed, and actually when you assess them to see that they actually appreciated the program. Even this year, we had the closing ceremony for the week of activities on Sunday. And on the Saturday before that, when we had the assessment with the parents, to see that some of the boys told me that they enjoyed the dining etiquette sessions so much and the community affair. And we actually had entrepreneurship day. The boys were able to express what they want to become when they get older and engage so much with the facilitators. It's a sense of euphoria that I cannot explain.
Let's talk about your first cohort and your second cohort of boys. How many did you have in the first and how many did you have in this one?
But in the first, I had 10 boys.
Okay.
And this year, I actually have 14 boys. Ooh. 17 applied, and I ended up with 14.
So why all 17 didn't get in this year?
Well, different circumstances. Some of the boys actually got a full internship job for the summer, so they decided to take that route. And then one of the gentlemen, I think they ended up having to travel. So that's why I ended up with the 14. But trust me, I am happy because last year I sent out invitations to at least one boy in each village. This year, I made it an open process. So to see that I actually had so many boys actually interested, I was quite elated.
Good. Yes, I'm happy to hear.
Infatari, earlier in the discussion, you said you're a product of
many social groups.
Yes, many social groups. So my question to you is how important it is for persons to give back to society?
I think to whom much is given, much is expected.
Oh, wow.
And if you have the resources and of course you have the ability to create and to offer your time and services to individuals who maybe need or who just need a platform that they can come to and function and be open and be themselves, it is very important for us to offer ourselves to individuals of that sort. It is fulfilling. Not only that, but you also grow as an individual and you learn as well, not because you are actually providing your time and teaching these young men, you actually learn from them. So of course, naturally, I am an advocate by profession. So I often say if I could lend my voice, my resources, my time, my efforts to anyone, I naturally would do so that at least I could know that I actually have an impact on these young men. Yeah.
Wow.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about all the goodness that you would have done. Who were some of the facilitators or persons that helped you to ensure that the second go around and the first go around was a success?
Okay, well, naturally, what makes the program special, I don't know everything. And I feel as though you need men who can inspire these young men. I had topics such as information technology, budgeting. I am not proficient in those areas. So, of course, I got men who are at the peak of their careers. So last year, for instance, I had Mr. Colin Doe. He is the Permanent Secretary of Finance. I had Mr. Bailey, who is a director of National Bank, and he spoke to the boys about work ethics and purpose in life. This year, I had Bijan Hazel. He's from stkitts. He's a senior minister in the Foreign Affairs Department in the Stkitts Island Administration. I had Mr. Isaac, who is the IT manager of the First Federal Credit Union. I had so many persons. I had from the Health Promotion Unit, I had Dr. Teresia Herbert and Dr. Tivon Brown. They spoke on the topic of sex education and the importance of maintaining good health. I had a gentleman by the name of Keon Collins, and he is the owner of King's Customs, and he spoke on the topic entrepreneurship. I also had Mr. Inspector Alonso Carty. I had Remy Gums. He's a motivational speaker.
Yes.
He's a motivational speaker. I had
Okay.
Awesome. Miss Liebert, I know the Boys in Ties it's Nevis based. However, are you open for collaboration? Let's say someone over here on stkitts would like to collaborate with you. Are you open for collaboration?
Of course. Actually, in the first year, I tried getting someone from stkitts to join the program, but that didn't happen. But of course, naturally, I'm open to boys from stkitts as well.
Awesome.
So you have not had any boys from stkitts in any of your cohorts just yet?
Not as yet, no.
Okay. I like that, not as yet.
Yes, because next year we are going to ensure that we have some of them over there.
Indeed.
One of the things that I want people to understand about the program, it does not end at the closing ceremony. The program is here for the boys. If they need recommendation, if they need any source of encouragement, I could make recommendations for them to see mentors and a variety of things. Also, what we tend to do on the program is develop their personal and professional skills. So we do public speaking, we instill confidence into them. We teach them the importance of speaking well, showing up for themselves, dressing well, and respecting each other. And one of the things which I feel as though is important, we do daily affirmations. So at the end of each session, the boys have affirmations that they have to do. And during the course of the 2 weeks break that we have from the activities and seminars, they are to write summaries as to how the program impacted them. At the closing ceremony, which is to be held at the Four Seasons Resort, they would have to tie their tie, and that's an indication that they graduated from the ceremony. So it's an amazing program, and it definitely exceeded my expectations.
So has the program concluded already?
No, well, the first week of activities and seminars. So this is the second week, which is the third week that boys are actually working. And then after that, we have the close of the program.
Oh,
it's a 3 weeks program.
It's okay. Understood now.
Yes,
got it.
I see, Ms. Hanley, some of the topics are covered over the 7-day camp. Importance of academics and obtaining a skill, showing up for success, dining etiquette, the deterrence of crime, and the skills day. Can you share with us what transpired on particularly the skills day?
So that was an addition to the program. And one of the things that I did differently this year as well, during the Thai training session, I had a father and son day. So the dads came and they engaged with the sons on that day. That was different from last year. And the skills day, basically, we invited an electrician, because I know that most of the boys, some of them, like maybe about 4 or 5 of them, said that they wanted to become electricians. So an electrician came and they actually showed them how to light a light bulb. So that was interesting and very engaging.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't want us to end and we don't get your contact information. So can we have your contact information and also some words of advice for boys out there who may be feeling a little lost?
Well, naturally, young boys, you matter. And at the end of the day, you have to value yourself, respect others. Try your best to just be good young men. And of course, behavior breeds habits. So whatever you do in your daily life would eventually become a part of you. So stay strong, be encouraged to be good, and you'll be just fine.
And contact information?
My contact information is 663-9982. And my email address is let me give you the Boys in Ties. It's boysinties@hotmail.com.
boysinties@hotmail.com.
Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook?
On Facebook, you can find us at Boys in Ties. And we are not on Instagram as yet, but we're working on it.
I love it.
Yes.
Just yet.
Just yet, yes. Listen,
I love it.
Infatari. Before I go, naturally, I just want to thank all the sponsors who came on board and made Boys in Ties possible. Everything would not have been, everything would not have come to fruition had I not had sponsors and facilitators who trusted in my vision. So I say thanks to them, and I hope that in future you can continue to collaborate with the Boys in Ties to make it greater and better for the boys in stkittsnevis.
Oh, I love it.
So inspiring.
Very inspiring.
I love it. Love it.
Very. So what's next for Boys in Ties once you wrap up?
Well, Boys in Ties, essentially, as I said, we're going to make it a nonprofit, and I have a board in place that we're going to continue raising funds so that at least next year, by the time we have the 3rd annual program, we are able to do a variety of different things and also cater to the boys in a more grand way.
Yeah.
So that's the plans for Boys in Ties. And as I said, I want to cater to more boys in the Federation, buying books, back to school supplies, anything that they may need, uniforms, any assistance that the program could offer.